Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies. We're going to talk about the Saints running back situation, what I think they should do or, possibly look at in the near future, because the trade deadline is tomorrow, I believe. And running back, it is a problem because Mark Ingram, he's been injured. So obviously we're going to have to, find a replacement running back, a backup running back. And I definitely wrote down some guys that we can look into. But we're going to start off with some stats real quick. Alvin Kamara on the year, 95 carries, 413 yards, 33 catches, 287 yards. He's getting 50% of the Saints carries when you just add him, Taysom Hill, and Mark Ingram in, because those are the three main ball carriers. 42% of the snaps of the carries when you include the entire team. So obviously they don't want to use him, even though he went crazy when we used him. But that's a different story for a different day. Obviously they want to keep his touches to a minimum, do it when they need to. So if we're going to do that and continue to do that, we're going to need a good backup running back. And it's a couple guys that's been on the trade market for weeks now, kind of since the beginning of the season. And we can start with the main one, Kareem Hunt. He's been asking for a new contract from the Browns. Obviously, he's behind Nick Chubb, one of the best running backs in the NFL. So I understand that he wants to get more touches. He wants a new deal. They're not willing to do it. They told him no when he asked for a trade, earlier this year. But now they're willing to do it. I think they're asking for a 4th-round pick. If I'm the Saints, hey, man, I offer them a 5th and see where it goes. Because if you bring in Kareem Hunt, it's going to be a rental. It's going to be a rental. He wants a new deal, and the Saints are just not in position to pay a running back, any type of money with Kamara on the roster and all these other guys on the roster that's kind of high priced. But Kareem Hunt this year, 66 carries, 63 yards, 3 touchdowns, 15 catches, 87 yards. Now, if you compare that to Mark Ingram, who has 51 carries, 196 yards, and 11 catches for 45 yards. Obviously, Kareem Hunt's a better back at this stage of his career than Mark Ingram is. And with Mark Ingram being out 4 weeks, this would be a trade I would look into, especially if it's going for a 5th. I would definitely look into a trade like this and just see what the Cleveland Browns think about it. They're in the AFC, we're in the NFC, so it's more likely for them to make a deal with each other than if you trade within conference, because teams don't like to do that for some reason. Next up, Cam Akers. Cam Akers is a really good young back, talented back for the Los Angeles Rams right now. I doubt they'll make a trade with us just because, like I said, NFC type thing. But you never know. He's definitely trying to get traded. They're trying to find a new home for him. He wants to leave. I don't know what's the issue there. He's so super talented, coming off Achilles injury, but he looked good. Looked like he's over that. Don't know what the issue is, but it's obviously something there. I don't know if it's like a growing up problem, or they're just not connecting, or maybe he wants the ball more. I'm not sure what it is, but it's a big problem over there. They've benched him the last 2 weeks, and they're trying to trade him. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Don't know what he's going to be going for, because he was a very high draft pick. So it's probably going to take a 2 or a 3 or a 4 to go get him. And I think that's just too much. I'm not willing to give up anything over a 4th-round pick or a 5th-round pick. And it's only one guy out I may consider giving a 3rd-round pick for, and we'll touch on him a little later. Next up, San Francisco 49ers. Yes, I know that's not a running back, but just put their entire team there. They have Elijah Mitchell, who had a really good season last year, Jeff Wilson, and Ty Davis-Price, the rookie from LSU. They can't keep them all. When Elijah Mitchell comes back, that's 4 running backs. They're all pretty good running backs. You just can't keep all 4 running backs, because obviously they traded for Christian McCaffrey. They gave up a lot for him. He's going to be their lead back. He's going to be their cowbell. So somebody's going to get left out. One guy can be the backup, Ty Davis, Jeff Wilson, or Elijah Mitchell. A 3rd string, that's just a special teams role. And the 4th guy, you're never going to play. You're probably not even going to be on an active roster. So with those 4 guys, I'm sure somebody's going to want to leave. Don't know who's going to want to leave, but I will call and ask for all of them. I say, hey, we got a 5th-round pick for any one of these 3 running backs. Let us have them. A 6th-round pick, actually, because they're going to have to trade these guys. It's no way you can keep all 4. So, hey, just offer them a 6 and see what happens. Just see what happens. So far this year, Jeff Wilson's having a fantastic year. They're probably going to want a little bit for him. He has 92 carries, 468 yards, averaging 5.1 yards an attempt. That's absolutely fantastic. Ty Davis-Price, only 16 carries, 37 yards. He's kind of struggling, but he's a rookie. He's a young back out of LSU, only 22 years old. Jeff Wilson's only 27 years old. Then you have Elijah Mitchell. He only got 6 carries for 41 yards this year. He has the same injury as Mark Ingram. So trading for a hurt running back while your running back's hurt, probably not going to be the best thing in the world to do. But he's only 24. If they were to make that move, he's a good young back. Last year, let me click on. He had a very, very good year last year. Let me check. He had 207 carries last year for 963 yards, averaging 4.7 yards a carry and 5 touchdowns. So he's a really, really good back when he's healthy. I believe he went to ULL. He's from Louisiana, so there'll be another Louisiana guy back, on the team if they were to do that. Now, this last one is the least likely to happen, but he's the best player on this list. And remember I said I would give up a 3rd round pick for one running back only. But I just don't think we're in position to do that, just because obviously we've already traded some picks and we're 3-5 right now. We still have a chance to make the playoffs, obviously, but giving up a 3rd round pick when the team's in disarray right now wouldn't be smart. But if it came down to it, we could get him a 3rd, they give us a 5th or something like that. I'll look into it. But this player is no other than David Montgomery. Now, I haven't seen anything about him being on the trading block, but the Bears are in the fire sale. They're in fire sale mode right now. David Montgomery is 25 years old. They just traded Robert Quinn, very good player. Roquan Smith just went for a 2nd and a 5th, very, very good player, all pro caliber player. And now David Montgomery, they haven't, said anything about that, but I can see it, man. They got Khalil Herbert, I believe his name's. He's a very good young running back. And the Bears, they're just getting rid of everybody. They're trying to stockpile picks. So maybe you call and just see where they're at with him. In his career so far, he has 806 carries, 3,200 yards, basically 23 touchdowns this year. He has 92 carries, 361 yards, averaging 3.9 yards per carry, which isn't great, but it's also the Bears' offensive line who stinks. So, he's a very, very good runner in between the tackles. He can also catch the ball out the backfield, has 13 catches for 135 this year. He's had a couple years ago, 54 catches for 438 out the backfield, so he can do it all. He's a good runner, one of the most underrated running backs in the NFL. The Saints, they should just make the call. I'm not saying you have to trade for him, but they should definitely make the call on David Montgomery. If David Montgomery, Elijah Mitchell, Jeff Wilson, Ty Davis Price, Kareem Hunt, Cam Akers, any type of running back of that caliber comes in, I would love it. I would personally like Kareem Hunt and David Montgomery, just because, obviously those are the best 2 guys there. If we could find a bigger back, some guy that I missed, that would also be nice, just because, you need those bruisers, man. Somebody that's just going to come in, like Latavius Murray was here, just get 4 or 5 yards to carry. I'm going to be interested to see what they do. The guys on our roster, I just don't think they're capable. I'm not gonna say I don't think they're capable. They haven't got the chance. No disrespect to Dwayne Washington, but the guys on our team, I would just rather go look elsewhere. Obviously you don't want to really give up draft capital, but it is what it is, man. If you're trying to make a run at these things, we're gonna need a backup running back. You can't just kill Kamara, even though he should get the ball more. That's evident if you watch this last game against the Raiders. But I think a backup running back is in order. I think that's really all we need to look for on this team. Maybe a defensive tackle if we're feeling froggy, but every other position is basically locked down to the T. We just need to get healthy at those positions, but everywhere else is good, man. But hey, while we're at it, just ask for Justin Fields too, man. See if the little 3rd round pick get Justin Fields. Nah, I'm just joking. But we do need a running back. Let me know who y'all think we should go after. Did I miss someone? Somebody that's a free agent that I just, missed or something like that? Or somebody that's, on the trade market that I missed? Let me know in the comments below. As always, this is DaBoot Tragedies, and I'm out.